Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road of the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, maybe hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. It's Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2019, episode number 26. Coming off our best season with a 28-6 record, but we still didn't get that far into the tournament. So we still have a lot of work to do on that front. We've got 4 excellent, or at least 3 excellent, 1 good recruits coming in for this upcoming season, but we are going to lose a few starters. So will there be a drop in performance next year? We'll find out. I definitely don't expect us to struggle. I think we probably should still be looking at a 20-win season coming up, but maybe not to the level we were at this year. We'll see. Our 2 stars are back and going to be seniors this year. We open up with a bit of information. A job offered during staff hiring. I had all 3 coaches still set, 2 of them down to the final year of their contract. Yet, Mike Bargan, our second assistant, has taken a position at Marshall. And unfortunately for me, I get the email at the end of the staff hiring section, meaning there's probably not going to be much left to choose from at this point in time. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. There are still some. In fact, the best one available is my guy. What about this guy, though? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think we could steal this guy away. It's going to take 45,000. Maybe 43. Let's try 43. Ambition is low. I like that. That means we're less likely to lose him. Go 4 years on that deal. And let's run a day. Okay, it wasn't all the way till the end. That's good. Hasn't taken it. So that was 43. Let's go with 46,000. And again, I'll go with a 4-year deal here. I can get this guy. I think I'm okay with keeping Kwick as the 3rd assistant. Or is that our first assistant? Actually, might be our first assistant. Still nothing. Bump it up a little bit more. And we'll bump up another year. Still nothing. That's going to have to put it to 50,000 now. Puts him into a new category, but there we go. He has accepted. He has accepted. Okay, we got our guy. There we go. Okay, and yes, it is Kwick who is down to that final year. He'll be running practice. This coaching staff is getting better and better. Oh, he's actually our scouting guy? Didn't realize that. That's okay. That's okay. Overall, the quality here is a lot better than what I had previously, so I don't mind that he'll be doing scouting. Scouting's really not a big deal because I'm good at it, even though it's only a 53. I still get good results on that one. Just because of the recruiting is good, I get the unlocks that I need. It puts all three guys on a very, very similar salary. And it is one that's a little bit expensive for us. Now hopefully we don't lose Quick here to someone else.
You have new mail.
And it looks like we didn't. Meeting with the board. It's always facilities or budget as time is not an issue. I've been asking for facilities year after year, but they don't want to bump it up with our prestige where it is, and our prestige only went up slightly. So I'm going to ask for budget again, especially with these new hirings. But I'm going to need... I have not had one request approved yet, so in half a dozen years and all the successes we've had. But I guess it has been a mixed bag in that department. Alright, that's the end of the season. I'm going to go ahead and move forward into next year. This is going to take a moment, so I'll make a cut here. Recruiting ready to begin. We'll get to that in a moment. First, the 2024 Pro Draft. Power forward Reed Smith of North Carolina goes first in the draft. And deep into the second round, pick number 46 overall, shooting guard, Brian Watkins. So Watkins is heading to a team on the fringe of the playoffs in the NBA. Unless that pick was traded away, of course. But we're going to get recruiting started. First, we need to know what are our needs. Let's take a glance at first and see five scholarships this year. This is the most I've ever seen. I'm going to open with who has interest. And we've got a decent amount of interest from some players here. Karstensen, 483, triple plus. A couple double pluses in the top 400s here. Let's get these guys added to the list, huh? 3.0, good. JC sophomore transfer. 2.8, just enough. And Karstensen was that last one. Okay, David Douglas High School in Portland. That would make sense. That would make sense. And I think that'll be the last one as we're down to the edge of the top 500. But that is a good number of recruits that are already favoring coming to our school. Now, before I even get really into the rest, we need to see, what do we need? What do we need? So roster-wise, here's how the roster is shaping up for this year, and then we need to see how it's shaping up for next year. I'm not worried about their attributes right now, how good they are, just kind of the long-term outlook. So we've got 3 point guards. We've got a walk-on who is a senior, and then we've got a freshman and a junior. Shooting guard, we've got 2 on scholarship and 1 walk-on. The walk-on is a senior, but Washington is also a senior, and then we've got a true freshman in Jack Lockwood. We absolutely need to get a shooting guard. Small forward, there are 3 all on scholarship. We've got 1 senior and 2 freshmen. But we will need to replace Granberry. Power forward, 2 seniors, and a freshman. Okay, that could be a concern. We need to see. I'm going to need to look how Nick Few is. How are you? 2 stars, 4.5 star potential. Okay. I think we're okay if we get 1 for now, and then replace till we have 3 point guards. But I guess that depends on Russell. Oh, ouch. 2 stars of 2 stars? Really? That's it? So yeah, we're going to need a point guard. We're definitely going to need a point guard. So I think for this year we can get away with just 1 power forward and have 2. Presumably we'd get a walk-on at power forward to fill out the 3rd spot. Fleming, Hunter, Hampton. We've got 1 senior. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1 player at each position. Technically, we'll survive if we don't have a point guard and we end up with 2 power forwards. But we'll try for 1 at each spot. So. I wonder if I should try this a little differently than what I would normally do. Take that off, and we're going to try region. Okay, it did give me just the point guards. And we'll go with, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Check their GPA. Oh gosh, it's Washington. I don't know if he's good enough. 5. That's below the mark I normally accept. Same here. It's JC sophomore. Normally 2.5 is kind of the minimum I accept. I'm going to let that one go. Okay, that's 6 already. 7. No way. And 8. Okay. 1 shooting guard. 2. Not a chance. 3. Nope. I don't think so. 4. 5. 6. 7 already. And 8. Okay, there's definitely some good small forwards. We've got 4 guys inside the top 100. It's 2, 4. Nope. 6. And 8. Point guard's a little thin too, as I've noticed compared to the other positions. JC transfer, that's 2 guys. 3. Lost count. Am I on 4 or 5? That's why I was counting every one before. Well, we'll say that's 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness. we're going to get a good center this year. Methinks so. One. Or are they all, wow, lazy in school? Are we? Was that just 2? Wow, 1.8 GPA, Mr. Branch. 3, 4. Never mind getting a good center. Nobody's getting a good center. 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I'm sure there's some school out there that will find a way to make that GPA look like a 3.8, right? Yeah. Schools have done that for years. And now actresses are paying to get their kids into schools. Yay! Oh wait, we've always known the privileged have been privileged for a reason. Alright, that will complete our list. That's about 40 plus maybe 1 or 2 at the end of the list that were the with interest already ones. So that's a pretty big list. Now, there's a lot of good recruits here. I mean, there's a lot of guys in the top 100, so I'm loving that part. Here's what I'm not loving. Very small budget this year. I'm spending so much on quality assistant coaches that, yeah, there's not much left of that budget. So we're going to have to be very careful with that going forward. I am not attending the Las Vegas camp this year, for one. How many JC transfers? 2. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What the heck? Oh. Okay. Sorry. I forgot to click that. Okay, now that list is a little smaller. 2, 3, 4. I might have been off because I was scrolling pretty fast, but it looks like about 4 JC guys are all that are on that list. The fact that we're replacing 5, I would very much like to get 1 JC transfer, but I won't push for it necessarily. If we can get 2 really good classes of freshmen coming in, we'll just have waves. It won't be the balanced team that is sustainable long term, but in a couple years it could be a really good group. All right, well let's get this show on the road here. So watch film for these first 10. I'm not going to scout anyone live. It's a quiet period anyway, so couldn't even if I wanted to. And then we'll start trying to crack the code for the call list. Nice, second guy already. And we've got everything on him, just like that. Patrick Bester, Utah Valley for his one parent, no influence, school prestige, location, conference prestige. This is a guy that wants to play in Division A or B. And location, yeah. He's that top 25 guy that we're not going to get. So Bester isn't coming to our school, so on to the next. We get through to the next guy. He cares about playing time. That's definitely something we could offer. So, especially with Clint King Rick Scott. There we go. both of them on their way out at the end of this year. Matt, Tony, I could definitely offer you playing time. You could probably be an instant starter. You've only got one guy to compete with for that. So, yeah. Yes, I'm liking our chances so far here on Matt, Tony out of Clayton, New Mexico. That's all the call time that I have, and that's all the time we have for the first week of recruiting. I'm going to go ahead and skip forward at least a handful of weeks so we can get a kind of a look at where everyone's at that point and who we're planning on making offers to before we get to the contact period. As I close out the first month of recruiting, I've done a really good job of getting the acceptance to talk to me and getting everything unlocked through the top. So all of my phone time has gone into guys at the top, and I haven't had to dip down much lower. Meanwhile, my assistant coach, you can see all the pluses that are down here for guys that I've never even made contact. Some of these were the ones that already favored me, but not all of them. And I really had, one or two triple plus guys? That was it. Now there's a bunch of them. So I'm getting a lot of recruiting help from my coaching staff. I'm having a lot of success unlocking these guys, and I've had my first look at everyone, but I have not yet made any sort of evaluation marks on them. I'm going to do that now before we proceed into August and get our first re-ranking of guys. The usual suspects, are they completely incapable of scoring? Well, this group of 5 seems to be. We've got a D and a D here, so this guy's going to be out already. And then what about defense? There are a few that cannot play defense at all, at least here on first glance. They are all lower on ranking, and that's gonna... And none of them are really good on scoring either, so I'm going to remove each of these 4. That'll bring us down 5 players overall. Whether they like us or not, I don't care. They cannot play basketball for me. There we go. Now, there are some Ds here. That'll take some reevaluating, especially when there's a few Ds here. Those guys are probably going to be gone, but we'll give them one more scouting opportunity to take a look. I'm already a little behind on where I would normally be on watching film, just because even that adds up each week. And again, that budget is going to go quick. Let's go ahead and push into August now, get that re-ranking, and then we'll start watching our next round of film on everyone and cutting that list down a little bit further. Preseason rankings. North Carolina, Duke, Michigan State on top. Any surprises? Gonzaga down at 14, Purdue down at 15, Arizona down at 20, UCLA, the winningest program in history, back into the top 25. They don't see that too often here of late. And look at all those pluses at the top rankings now. And these are all guys in the top 100. There are a few guys that have really dropped down in the rankings. Ooh, Tony on top. I like this Tony guy, at least from first glance. Let's go ahead and get our calls out of the way. A lot of these first ones are going to be fully unlocked. That's where I've had that success here. But again, if rankings have changed, there could be... Higgins was the last one that I left off with, so we just ran out of time after unlocking and getting partway through. So he's not someone who hung up on me. Location, Nevada, and then academics is quite a bit lower here. This is not going to be an easy one to recruit. We'll have to get some film on him and see if it's worth hanging on. Here's somebody that I'm calling for the first time? No. I called Miles last time. He was the latest one who hung up on me. He was just above. They've swapped spots now. So he was 60 and went down. Okay, I'm out of... No. I have a little bit of time left here. This is a first-time caller, and he's already unlocked. So, again, good work from the assistant coach. Academics are important to him. That's good for me. Now that tricky part of trying to keep track of where we're at on watching film for all these guys and getting these kind of first updates to their attributes. Okay, Hancock. It's not John, and it's not Herbie. You should know that Herbie Hancock and what I'm talking about. If you don't know that movie by heart, you're in trouble. Clint King has been nominated for Player of the Year. Where is he on the list? He's not in the top 12, at least not in preseason. He is 19 on the list. Okay, that's pretty high up there, and that's a good sign for us. Alright, let's start with the watch part so I don't forget. There's my Herbie and John. And now it's Harmon. Back to the calls. I need to keep track of who I've kind of left off with here, so I don't have to keep calling these guys that we're already done with. And we're pretty deep onto that. And there you go. We're on to Hancock. Location, academics, facilities. Yeah, that'll work. Nice, 2 guys all the way through at exactly the time we needed. Playing time, location, playing time we can offer. Location to Arizona. Not so good on that part, but Harmon, okay. So we're pushing through middle of August. We've still got a good long while until we hit that contact period. I'll continue on like this for a little while. We'll evaluate, reevaluate, we'll evaluate into September, and then I'll start taking a look at who to offer scholarships to after that. So I think that's where we'll resume this process is into September when I'm ready to actually start handing out scholarship offers before we hit contact period. Alright, into September, contact period is coming very soon, and I've had a reevaluation of the list once again. I've had a second round of scouting for everyone, so let's start with that piece and let's make those comparisons. I've got 3 guys that are not capable scorers. At least one of them is very down in the rankings. All 3 of them are actually really bad at defense also, so let's go ahead and remove each of them. Butler, Young, and Cooper. Okay, get them off the list. And now, defense. We have one very incapable defender here. So he's gone. Let's check that again. How many of you... I've only got 6 now that are pretty poor defenders. 2 of them are pretty poor scorers as well. Let's see, a point guard. You are good with the ball. No. I'm not seeing enough other skills to make up for how poor you are there. And let's see, the other one is Trotman. Bad ball protection. Can rebound okay, but that's it. You have no A's, so there's no outstanding qualities to make up for the poor qualities. down to 4 now. Now we've got all 4 can score, especially Mallet. Mallet's the top shooting guard. He's got tons and tons of quality. He's just not a very good individual defender, but he's gonna just excel everywhere else. Alright, that's the list trimmed down a bit further. Let's start by setting up the watch list again here. Okay, that's Arnold, not Palmer. And let's go call list first. I have to kind of go back from the start because new rankings, orders could have changed. Somebody could have moved up that I haven't made contact with. Arnold, so actually I'm on a double Arnold here. Nice, got everything from him. Academics, among other things. It's nice that I don't get hung up on very often. Now, I think it's time that we start looking at the rankings. The obvious thing is from Higgins up are the high quality players that are going to step in and make an impact, and that makes perfect sense because those guys are all in the top 70. Miles is a B, at least right now. But from there on up, we're looking at pretty good. Now, I need to go kind of a position by position here and see if we have standout guys. Wow, I'm down to 4 point guards. Well, that also made sense that there wasn't much quality. And boy, oh boy, I need to get Owens, don't I? Phenomenal player, actually. So I really hope that we could get Owens. I'm going to offer you a scholarship, location and academics. I am Washington. I almost taught high school in West Seattle and ended up going overseas instead. Long time ago, that was. Oh gosh. This is going to be a difficult recruiting job just because he's going to be highly recruited. But if we can get Kenroy Owens, that's a franchise player right there. And huge drop off after him, so we definitely need him. Now, I don't like the defense of Mallet, but Mallet is so far beyond these guys otherwise. I mean, he's 20 a game. And he's doing a lot of things well. And even though he's not a great individual defender, he's still forcing turnovers and super athletic and grabbing rebounds. So a guy might be able to score on him easier than some of the others, but he's a tremendous shooter from everywhere, and he's going to handle that ball well and distribute it relatively well. Jones is not bad at all, and we'll keep an eye on Jones. But yeah, Mallet, scholarship offer, location, Utah, facilities, playing time. Again, not going to be our easiest attempt at recruiting someone. Alright, small forward. It looks like we have 2 potential guys that are both in A. And looking in comparison right now, it's pretty clear that the better one everywhere. Better everywhere. It's not Walls, but Rice. Location. Washington. Okay. Yes. Derek Rice, not Rose, but Rice. Whether Rice or Rose, that makes you a Tyrell, doesn't it? They bring the food, and that's their house symbol. Did I offer? Yes, I offered. Try to get too distracted there. Power forward. I think Tony's going to be a hands-down favorite here, but let's see. Walter's in A as well. Better passing, but terrible handling, meaning he's going to turn it over. Tony, 21 a game. Both good defenders, both good rebounders. Could certainly make a case for Walter. And a junior college transfer at that. So if we lose Tony, it's not as big of a deal if we can get Walter. Playing time, location, New Mexico. Not going to be the easiest recruit here either. Not necessarily loving our chances. And I kind of don't mind going after 2 power forwards, by the way. Remember, we talked about that beginning. Okay, best scorer. Tied for best defense with the guy right behind him. Much better passer, but not good handler. So we're kind of in trouble either way here. You're going to get a guy that's going to get assists with an excellent power forward next to them, hopefully. That's going to be a good... The double comes, dish it down. Both good rebounders. Look at the blocking. Okay, so yeah. Kirkland, but Higgins also. So I've got good second options. Cares about location. Facilities, that's all good for me. And there we go. There's my 5 guys. And we're going to hit that contact period here shortly. And there we go. We're into it now. We've got our 5 picked out. The sad thing is I can only go after 4 of them this week. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Shoot, let's see. My top 10, I left off at Arnold. Let me take care of that part. I'm on my call list right now. I suppose we can go there. Arnold, did I get you? Yes, I did. Collins still hanging up on me. That's kind of the one player that's been very resistant. Called him at least 4 times, if not 5 by now. Everybody else is kind of a 1 or 2 week holdout at most. I think we already had the parent info, but I'm not sure. Either way, we have it now. And we'll get a little bit here. Okay, the watch list. Leaving off from Arnold, that puts us on Jones. Or Tony, or what's going on here? Okay, we did get Jones. It just reset to the top of the page. And we're back down to Hancock again. Okay, so we've got 5 guys. We're only going to be able to offer 4 this week. Or visit 4, that is. So which 4? Well, absolutely Tony, who's outstanding. The point guard we're absolutely going to have to get after because I'm very nervous about losing him. Wow, now that's diversity right there. Vermont and Cal State. Opposite ends of the country. What to pitch? Playing time. Location? No, not location. Not conference prestige, so playing time it is. Mallet. shooting guard. Location, Utah. Or do we go for facilities? Location, we're neighboring states. We'll go ahead and pitch it. The states do touch. And actually, there are tons of people from Utah in the Portland area. Walls, nope. You're not our guy. Kirkland. Apparently that's going to be... Wait, do I have one? No, I have two more. Playing time is what you care about, so do I pitch that? Or do I pitch location or facilities? Location. And there's Owens, that's the other one I need to go after. Location or academics. Both really, but you like location more. Parents have just a little influence. They care about playing time, but we don't know what else they care about, so let's go with location. And that means we did not get to Derek Rice, sadly.
You have new mail. You have new mail. You have new mail.
Okay, look at that. That went well. That went very well. But somebody's going somewhere already. And it's not here. So Tony thought it went well. Mallet went well. Kirkland thought it went really well. Owens, impressed. But Owens might be impressed, but he's going to go to Nevada. So Owens is out. We're going to have scheduling this week as we continue on. I'm also out of time for this episode, but let's get another contact week in here. How am I back down to just centers? There we go. Alright, so there's going to be some... Oh, Tony liked us, but he's being recruited by everybody in the freaking country. We didn't even crack his top 10. Same with Mallet. Dang, guys. Back off, everybody. I want him. He's mine. Not yours. Can I really make that argument? Probably not, huh? Kirkland. Playing time. Yes. This location. This is really terrible news that all of them, we didn't even crack their top 10, and Owen's the one who I desperately needed. We jumped to number 2 on his list, but he instantly signs with Nevada. You care about location. You're from Washington. Nevada's not close to home. Dang you. That was the one that I desperately needed to get. And he's out. I'm going to leave that there just to remind me of the pain, the punishment. Point guard is not something I'm going to get filled this season because the guys that were behind him are garbage. So I'm going to be moving on to 2 power forwards, and that means we're going to move on to Rice for now. And Rice cares about location. Looks like I'm not going to get anybody at this point in time, as none of them are on the top 10. Walter was that next guy, so I'm going to go ahead and give an offer to him, but I can't do anything here. And I'm going to have to put in my call time. I'm going to have to get my watch list stuff going and then go from there. I can tell you right now, none of them are going to sign with me this week, as the 3 remaining, plus the new guy, we're not on their top 10 right now. So it's not going to happen this week. It might happen the week after. And oh my goodness, where has my budget gone? These visits are expensive. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.